Namaskara. The South Indian is here, and you know something, this is not just about the South Indians, but universally. When you are important to somebody, or when someone makes you feel important and punctures it even a little, you feel so much pain. Of course, it could be exaggerated, or later you may come out of it. But at that moment, it's like your world's coming crashing down. That's our story today. And it's coming from Karnataka. Of course, it's about politics, but pretty much human emotions also apply to anything in life. And this is a story which has the same emotion. You know, the Lingayats may be 17% in Karnataka, that being the official figure, but the real numbers are supposedly much, much more. However, despite the Lingayats not being heavy numerically, the community dominant in central and northwest Karnataka has had a disproportionate share in power, with their hegemony over 30% or more of the assembly constituencies in the state. One of the significant lessons learned from the recently concluded assembly elections is how the Lingayats abandoned the BJP after the party made one blunder after another, with leaders such as Jagadish Shettar, Lakshman Savadi and Karadi Sanganna. The BJP doesn't seem to have learned from its past mistakes and is once again said to be not only ignoring the Lingayats, but in a way, some are saying also insulting them. And this in the run up to the very crucial Lok Sabha elections in 2024. Now, at the center of this entire story is General Secretary Organization BL Santhosh, who is allegedly said to be in favor of expanding the BJP's footprint across the state and not limit itself to the Lingayats' influence. You remember, before the elections, there was of course a video which did the rounds. We did not show it because we did not know the veracity of it all, where apparently Mr. Santhosh did say that apart from Lingayats, the BJP should also be wooing other castes in Karnataka. The second reason is BL Santhosh is allegedly wanting to move forward and ahead of BS Yedurappa's vice-like grip over the party. Let's put the story in context and listen in to what Jagadish Shettar said on BL Santhosh.
Definitely what is happening in entire Karnataka, in all assembly constituency, it shows that Lingayat community people upset, and because of his attitude, everybody is upset. It is BL Santhosh. It is affecting the entire system of the party.
Now, several experts feel that the Karnataka BJP is now split wide open between two camps, one led by BL Santhosh and the other led by BS Yedurappa. Think about it. It's been more than 3 months since a new government was formed in Karnataka, but there is still no news of a leader of opposition. There is a general tradition, you know, of a former chief minister taking that mantle, but Baswaraj Bommai has at best given some weak logic and also saying that, look, not interested, it will happen when it has to. He is of course a Lingayat. And at a recent meeting called by BL Santhosh to strategize for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections, the men who were missing in action were two ex-chief ministers and both, ladies and gentlemen, Lingayats, and one man who has actually been responsible for the Lingayats' whole bent towards the Bharatiya Janata Party, BS Yedurappa, ex-chief minister, and of course yet another ex-chief minister, and that being Baswaraj Bommai. Also missing was Karnataka BJP President Nalin Kumar Katil, among others. Many reasons were put forward for the absence of BS Yedurappa and Baswaraj Bommai. One was said to be away for the launch of a flight service in the state, and the other had a medical engagement apparently. But somehow, their absence from a crucial meeting called by Santhosh is yet again being seen as a massive cold shoulder being given to these two leaders. That Santhosh wants his writ to run Raj was made obvious by yet another Lingayat leader and former political secretary to Bommai, that is Renuka Acharya, who said, and I am going to read it out to you, many senior leaders were not present at the meeting. Yedurappa was one who organized the party in the state. Recent outbursts by Pradeep Shettar, younger brother of ex-chief minister, and an influential Lingayat leader, Jagdish Shettar, also pointed towards how the BJP was neglecting the Lingayats. BJP was being led by Lingayat leaders like B.S. Yadurappa, Jagdish Shettar and others. Yadurappa was made to step down as Chief Minister, and Shettar will quit the party after he was denied the party ticket without reason. Several Lingayat leaders are reportedly leaving. The party will face a backlash if it continues to sideline the Veerashaiva-Lingayat leaders. So look at it. The BJP, which had a major hold over the Lingayats, and also it was vice versa. It was you give affection, you get affection. But during the recent elections, like I said, they did not pay heed to it and they had to pay a heavy price. Therefore, it's time that we debate if the Lingayat hegemony, rather the dwarfing of the Lingayat hegemony, shall cost the BJP dearly, or is the party moving towards a new paradigm altogether? My guests today, let me welcome them, Dr. Sudhakar R. Halkal, who is the spokesperson for BJP Karnataka, and S.M. Jamdar, who is retired IS officer and active in Lingayat movement. Ramesh Sethuraman shall also join us, who is a senior journalist, and Professor Chambi Puranik, political analyst. My earpiece has fallen, and so I am going to wear it. This is the, what happens is that the risk of doing television, but I hope you won't mind. It's us, the South Indian, and the rest of us. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your patience. That is really brilliant, and I am all ready to talk to my guests, or else I wouldn't have heard anything from their side. Namaskara to all of you. It is such a pleasure to have you. I want to start with Professor Chambi Puranik. Professor Puranik, you are someone who has been studying, Karnataka politics for decades. You've been on shows with me. What is going on in the BJP right now? There's two camps, one led by B.L. Santhosh and, of neglecting and ignoring tall Lingayat leaders. Do you think that this is unheard of, but do you think that this is going to really, impact the BJP in Karnataka in a major way, Professor?
Yeah, definitely, Sudhai, whatever you made introductory remarks, observations, they are very profound and also have loaded kind of meaning and message to the BJP party who wants to show that it is a party that it can win 25 seats in Lok Sabha 2024 elections. The party is united. I think that particular aspect of unity in BJP is now missing, because the very fact that you mentioned about the leader of the opposition that having not been nominated, and Bommai being sidelined, apart from the statements of many other Lingayat leaders, prominent Lingayat leaders saying within the BJP party, saying that Mr. Santhosh has been responsible for this kind of divisive politics, which perhaps, you go back decades back when Virendra Patil was insulted by Rajiv Gandhi, then Prime Minister. From the airport, he announced that he is going to change his Chief Minister. And that kind of whatever shock, the Lingayats never had. And they had it recently when Mr. Yadurappa was replaced by Bommai, saying that, he has reached the age of 75. But there is a contradiction, that shows how clever or manipulative the leaders and the local leaders like Santhosh.
So there is truth to Professor, it is true, right? It is true. It is very much true that there are two camps which are at work, no, Professor?
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah. So I can just give you
sure.
Focus. The focus is that Santhosh and other groups, they have already bungled. The state has been made leaderless, by this shock of defeat of BJP from unseated from the power, and now it's not even in a position to be an effective opposition, except statements here and there and borrowing guidelines from center. So therefore, I would say, as I said in our earlier debates, Santhosh should have realized it. He should warn it, because after all, and he wants to become a strong leader, if not a mass leader, because he's not capable of being that. Otherwise, he would have shown,
Right.
The strategists cannot dictate terms to the masses. The masses have their own sentiments and emotions, which you said also.
Right.
So Lingayats being 19 to 21%, I think It's a very important factor. I
Right.
think, right now, I think there is something written on the wall. BJP should be alert and they should say that we are going to retain minimum 20 seats, which we discussed last year
Yeah.
and last time in your.
Yeah.
That's the message that I would like to pass on
Yeah,
to
because
you.
they have 20 plus seats and they are wanting more seats, but with this kind of a divided house, and also caste is being brought into it. I don't like to speak about caste, but caste is a very important factor in Indian elections.
Yeah.
It is. Let's face it. I mean, I may be shy of it, but that's how it is. One is an upper caste and the other is a Lingayat. Not that Lingayat is backward, but I'm saying that seems to be Brahmin versus Lingayat here, and that is what is being perceived. Dr. Halkar, Sudha, my name is also Sudha. Nice to meet a namesake.
Yeah.
So
Same here. I felt the same.
yeah. So I want to ask you this, that it was fantastic when we had one BJP government in the south of India, because my show is, I am the South Indian and all of us are South Indians here. But elections happen, a government change, that is all fine. That is part of the process. But this is now out in the open after Pradeep Shettar has spoken about it. Renukacharya has had an outburst. Every day we hear, and let's not forget that Karnataka is very famous for resort politics and people jumping ship. What is going on? Why is it? I want to ask you, Sudha, very directly, what is going on when there was such a crucial meeting? How come that Mr. Yedurappa and Baswaraj Bommai were missing from that meeting, and some flimsy reasons are being put forward?
Sudha, let me tell you that the whole of this argument is cooked up and served, and purposely it is done to hide the misdeeds and mismanagement of the present Karnataka Congress government. And who is doing the blame game? Look, who is talking about it? The Congress is putting the allegation on the BJP party. It is like Ulta Chor Kotwal Kodate. Let us go back into the history. Let us take Rajshekar Murthy, who was he was one of the finest financial ministers, I must say. Take it, Virendra Patil ji. He was overnight. He was removed from the CM post, and that too for what? To do appeasement politics again towards one particular community. What they have been doing since ages. And they're talking about BJP. My party has given 3 CM candidates, 3 CM Lingayat candidates. Take out the history. Take it Yedurappa ji, take it Jagdish Shettar ji, take it Bommai ji.
They're all very, I'm in my intro, the way Mr. Yedurappa actually, almost, I can use that word, created the party. One remembers him in a bicycle. One has read about all that, Sudha. I am only saying, why were they missing from the crucial meeting, ma'am, called by Mr. B.L. Santhosh?
I am telling you, I am a media person. I am a panelist. I know very well that Mr. Bommai ji had a eye surgery, minor eye surgery, and Mr. Yedurappa ji, it was a first flight from Shimoga to Bangalore, and where his grandson was.
Come on. Yeah. That's what I said. I'm also a media person.
No.
I said flimsy reasons.
No.
It seems
absolutely.
like
I'm sorry.
No. It's a very flimsy. No. That's what I read. Flimsy. I'll come back to you. No, it is divide. I have nothing. No. And Pradeep Shettar was also divided.
Santhosh ji was there when Yedurappa ji was the chief minister, when Bommai ji was
what about Pradeep Shettar? And I don't shout on my show,
Pradeep Shettar's words is not ultimate.
SM Jamdar, retired IS officer and active in the Lingayat movement. May I please have him on the screen if he has joined us, and I shall of course go to the other guests also. Mr. Jamdar,
I have joined.
Hello, nice to have you on my show.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can, yes, I can see you as well, and wonderful to have you on my show. The thing is that the Lingayats and the BJP, we know that there is a kind of umbilical cord kind of a relationship which has been there, and the BJP, particularly Mr. Yedurappa, has taken good care of the community, and vice versa. They have come to the BJP only because of BSY. But today there is a perception, particularly after the elections, that not only are the Lingayats being neglected, there is also kind of there is an insult element also, because for the crucial meeting, both Yadurappa ji as well as Mr. Bommai were not invited. Your thoughts on that, considering that you understand this topic better than most?
Yeah, but first of all, let me say this discussion has been hovering around largely the results of the last assembly polls.
Right.
That is, this is a dead horse. We move nowhere, only harping on elections. And if you go by the vote share of BJP versus the vote share of Congress, the vote shift for BJP has not changed much. BJP share was 30 to 33%, and there's only decimal point change. There is no change much compared to Congress, which surpassed them in this election. Maybe the committed votes of BJP have stood with BJP. Whether that committed vote block includes only Lingayats or non-Lingayats or other fellows have joined there, I have no data to support that. The question is, BJP vote share of 30 to 30% has remained constant. There is no change. Congress has done much more than that, therefore they are in power. At any case, today, after nearly 4 months, in BJP, whether it is Suresh, BL Santhosh, or Yadurappa, Bommai, today, for the current politics, all the three of them are irrelevant. They have been thrown out. They are unlikely to come back to power in foreseeable future. By the way, they are irritating the people. So I think this debate from that point of view, basing all the analysis on the past results, is really irrelevant, not important. You talk about the current developments in recent months, who is talking what and all that. It is true that BL Santhosh wanted to sideline Lingayats, and he tried his level best to do that, and he miserably failed. He failed miserably, and from the beginning, if you talk about Lingayats, the whole community perception, you rightly said it has always become, has been, and will always be Brahmin versus Lingayats. That is so from the very inception of the religion in the 12th century. Okay, so let there be no doubt on that point.
Right.
But
So let me.
Santos tried to overdo it, so he paid for it.
Right. Mr. Jamdar, I'll come back to you, but I'm happy that you do say that this whole sidelining of the Lingayats is rather started long ago. In the sense, when I say long ago, I don't mean medieval history or ancient history, before someone says, how can you say long ago? But let us say that it has been happening prior to the assembly elections, and it's been continuing, and this does not bode well, because the country, we are all hurtling towards 2024. Whether they come back to power in the state or not, a joint BJP, of course, is a better picture than one which is divided. I am going to Ramesh right now. Ramesh, hi, thank you for your patience. You waited. Thank you very much. What do you make of this, this entire, because see, the thing is that it is not just one monolithic problem that BL Santhosh is trying to sideline, or rather has sidelined. If you go by what Mr. Jamdar says, he has said that they are irrelevant, So, it is not just about sidelining, but it is also that the scare is that ministers like former ministers like V. Somanna, Madhuswamy, Shankar Patil, they may all just abandon the BJP before the Lok Sabha elections. And also the thing is that BL Santhosh apparently is backing a non-Lingayat for the state president, and and Yatnal for the opposition leader's post. This is really surprising that it's been more than 107 days, I think, since Karnataka had a new government. We don't have a leader of opposition. What do you make of this, Ramesh? This is indeed, the cracks are showing now very clearly.
Yeah, so the cracks are wide open, as you were mentioning. You are absolutely right. A couple of things I would like to talk about. Ever since Modi and Amit Shah have taken center stage in the party, I think the party is heading in the wrong direction, especially at the regional level. And we have been experiencing it at every stage, at every poll, I would say, especially in South India. A simple reason is that we all knew what happened when Yadurappa ji moved out of the party and started Karnataka Janata Party. BJP, which could have come back to power, miserably failed. And then BJP had no choice but to pacify Yediyurappa ji and bring him back to the BJP. And then, because that itself shows like who was the mass leader, not just being a mass leader, but most importantly, the one whom the cadre believes,
Right.
the one who grew the party grounds up, right? And even if you want to retire them, no issues, but you have to give them a graceful exit. But that didn't happen in this case, is what I believe. And most importantly, look at Sri Siddaramaiah ji. Look at Congress, the way how they treat a senior leader. Here, BJP, when Modi ji and Amit Shah, as well as Arun Jaitley, when he was alive and active, they came up with a fake narrative saying that the leaders above 70 will be retired. They are only suited for Margdarshak Mandal.
Right.
My question is, what is the age of Modi today? Why is he very desperate to come back to power?
So basically,
even after
Ramesh, you are saying that when they took center stage, do you think that after they having taken, we all remember how Mr. Yediyurappa, had to leave. I mean, it's not something we are all proud of, right? But the point is, it's their internal. No, I'm asking you, do you think Mr. B.L. Santhosh has the blessings of the central dispensation in Delhi, and therefore he is trying to put his stamp on the party, which is resulting in this so-called split wide open? All right, Sudha, you've been, Ramesh, I'll come back to Sudha.
I'd just 10 more seconds. So what I would like to also tell is, they don't understand the regional nuances. They messed up big time in Tamil Nadu. They messed up big time in Karnataka. Karnataka, in fact, was the only state where we were directly fighting against Congress, and we are the ruling position. Similarly, if you look at the other states like Telangana or
Ramesh, I have to go to right. Professor, I'm sorry, Sudha, I'll come to you. Professor, let me come to you. I go by turns as always. Professor Puranik, look at all the, right now we see, Ramesh is saying the central dispensation is to blame. Sudha says, Sudha has of course a different point of view, and I respect that very much. And you heard what Mr. Jamdar said, that these people are irrelevant. BJP still has the same vote share. And the thing is that B.L. Santhosh is indeed doing what he is doing. He's been doing it for a long time. I am asking you, Professor Puranik, in politics nothing is permanent. Today here, I will not, after Karnataka, no one should open their mouth. I will not. I don't know about others. So I am asking you this, Professor Puranik, that someone like Yediyurappa, someone who actually built the Lingayat, the Lingayat block, as it were, and did everything that he could. Yediyurappa did not become great only because he is aged. It has nothing to do with age. It has to do with what he was able to do with Karnataka politics and the Lingayats. Do you think that this entire rumor, or rather, this news that a lot of them will actually abandon the BJP and join the Congress for the neglect and the ill treatment and the insult, do you think that that is something which will very soon come true for the BJP in Karnataka, sir?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I beg to differ from one of our best bureaucrat, Mr. Jamdar. He has certain points to say, but to say that lock, stock, barrel, that these leaders are irrelevant, I think it doesn't work in politics. In politics, uncertainties or the kind of new developments, they are certainly welcome. But at the same time, you must have some kind of sense or perception which will tell you who is going to lead, who is going to succeed. In politics, it's a game for power. The very definition of political party is to capture power and give good governance. So when that is there, BJP lost a wonderful chance. If they had only continued Mr. Yediyurappa, that's my assessment. So probably they would have ended up with retaining the government. That's a thing which you have discussed in your channel earlier. Right now, I would suggest that if BJP people are wise enough, forget this. You bury this Lingayat versus Santhosh kind of schism or whatever divide that is there. It's still, there is time. Because the central leadership is unaware of
but Professor, it is not two kids fighting, Professor.
One minute, I will say, Mr. Yediyurappa should come back with a bang. He and Mr. Modi, perhaps, with their 31 or 32% of vote base, they can still mobilize minimum about 18 to 20 seats, and because all the 25 seats, they are not
Yeah,
sure of
but
it also,
but
because there are
Professor,
no candidates.
it's
The
a I'm
people are disillusioned.
yeah,
People
but
are
it's about
disillusioned. People
personalities.
don't know
It's
who is the
about two
leader.
people. It's about two strong
Yeah.
people fighting. There is
Yeah.
a caste matrix there. That is also personalities there. There are two camps. And it is very clear that that Mr. B.L. Santhosh wants to sideline Mr. Yediyurappa. Sudha, sorry, and thank you for your patience. Tell me what you were saying.
Yes, Sudha. Just now, Mr. Ramesh told that the way he appreciated Congress for uplifting and recognizing Siddaramaiah ji as a senior most leader and giving him a CM post. Because now the whole debate is focused on Lingayat leaders. Let me tell why Mr. Shamlu Shishankarappa ji, who is the senior most leader in Congress, not given the CM post. He is the president of Akhila Bharatiya Veerashaiva-Lingayat Sabha, where Mr. Renuka Prasannaji is the state secretary, and I, being a Lingayat, I am women's district president for the same community, for the Akhila Bharatiya Veerashaiva-Lingayat Mahasabha. So I would rather appreciate, before elections also I told, why they're not portraying Shamlu Shishankarappa ji. He's one of the educationists. They have
All right,
very good
okay.
institutions and all. Why his name is not projected? Because
Yes.
this whole debate is on Lingayat leader.
It's
Okay,
about
one
the
thing.
BJP
Second, they
and
have never
Lingayats,
taken his
Sudha.
name.
It's about
It's
BJP
about
and
BJP.
Lingayats.
Why not? Why not Congress? Why
No,
not
no,
Congress?
it's not
Why,
about
why,
no,
why,
no,
what,
no whataboutry here. You tell me, Sudha, if you are the president
why,
of the
why
women's,
Congress,
no,
why
no, no
Congress, why
whataboutry. I am
Congress is
sorry.
not
This is
done
not like
justice
other.
to the
Sudha,
Lingayat leaders?
I will not shout. You are such a beautiful woman. I would rather smile at you, and
Same to you, Sudha.
yeah. So let's not shout,
Yeah.
ma. Let's speak like to
Thank you.
to women
Done,
colleagues.
done. Got it, got it, got it, got
Please
it.
don't.
Okay,
I am only talking about
yeah.
why is it that the BJP, in the BJP, the Lingayats are being neglected. You say they did not come for the meeting. I understand, one had an eye surgery, the other it's because of the new flight and everything, but it is not the first time. Look at a lot of people. Jagdish Shettar went from your home. No, he grew up in your home and he went to other home. He's talking about it. You can say, yeah, he's gone away speaking, but there are many more voices. How will you manage this? Do you think? I want to ask you this question from a different point of view, Sudha. Do you think Mr. B.L. Santhosh is trying an experiment, which is good for any party?
No,
Which is
Sudha,
good.
I don't think so. I don't think so. He's doing any experiment. He being the organizing secretary, he's doing his job day and night for the nation. And I'll tell you, Mr. Honorable Yediyurappa ji, he's called as Rajya Huli. That is the tiger of the state. And in the history of Karnataka, nobody has been given that name as Rajya Huli. And I'm very proud that he is from BJP, and my party has given that opportunity and all the platform for him to do the best to our state. So I don't think anybody can take a decision where they can side Yediyurappa ji or Bommai ji.
Right,
Yediyurappa ji
okay.
can never be sidelined. We are working, in fact, on the guidelines
I
of
mean, we've
Yediyurappa
been
ji. We
seeing
cannot
him.
be.
The tiger is being
We cannot.
sidelined from I don't know how
No
many
ways,
now
no
months.
ways. Tiger
Is what the
is
tiger
the
has
king
been.
of the forest.
Yeah.
He
Let me
cannot
go
be
to
sidelined,
no,
Sudha. He
no. Tigers also go extinct, my dear.
It's a matter of
So
time.
let
It's a
Mr.
matter
Jamdar,
of
I want to
time.
come to you, Mr. Jamdar.
It's a matter of time.
Considering that all this is happening in the background of the elections, Lok Sabha elections, every party is now preparing and trying to crunch numbers and see to it that their house is in order. How do you see this playing out when it is closer? Because the BJP would like to have its hegemony over the seats that it obtained last time. The Congress, of course, with its recent victory, is not going to keep quiet. It's going to have its own strategy. When you say that these leaders are totally irrelevant to today's context, Mr. Jamdar, do you think that BJP looks rather weak and kind of dwarfed in the face of all this to be preparing for 2024, sir?
Let me tell you, Mr. Yediyurappa is a totally spent force. Mr. Bommai is a non-entity. Mr. Yatnal is a rabble-rouser. And these people today, again, you people want to bring them back and to garner Lingayat votes. Too late. They have lost. They have lost. And what Jagdish Shettar is saying, what Pradeep Shettar is saying, what Renkacharya is saying, what others are saying, that is the state of the matter today. And that is where the Lingayat committee stands. Therefore, trying to come back, who the Lingayat, take them back to BJP is a Herculean task. Very Herculean task. I don't think anybody else can do it. I don't think anybody in the BJP right now is capable of doing it. Therefore, I said they are irrelevant and they are spent force. It's only wishful thinking. Now that BL Santhosh has been doing his best to alienate them to his maximum possible way. He has completed his task. So let him take rest.
Yeah, but you know, that seems like you have your own opinion, and I respect that. But are you trying to say that BL Santhosh, who has been at it, according to you, you say, do you think that he has succeeded in not only alienating these leaders, but the other question is about almost kind of totally eclipsing the Lingayat community, sir?
He has succeeded in antagonizing them. For example, and in a Hubli meeting a few months back, he said, he totally told directly that you don't want their votes. And nearly 500 delegates walked out of the meeting. Is it not an indicator? Yadurappa is not in question there, and other Lingayat leaders do not refer to. He was totally referring to the Lingayat community. Indeed, they walked out. Although I said earlier that 32% bank, the vote share of BJP did not dilute, I would say it is wrong to presume that the entire Lingayat community was behind BJP or behind Yadurappa. Out of the 32 or 33% BJP commanded the vote share, only 17% were Lingayats. I can assure you, all of them did not vote for them. Only a few of them voted. Therefore, you people are unnecessarily overrating the role of Yadurappa and a few other BJP people. It's not correct. It has never been. He has done nothing for the Lingayat community. He has done only bribing or paying a lot of money to the Matadishas. Beyond that, what has it done? Let me know. So therefore, it's a media creation, is a paper tiger that is spent force today. So it is a non-entity and it's not going to come back. As simple as that. Whether they do it to prepare for the 2024 elections or some other elections is for time to tell. But they are not in a position to do it at this moment. And Congress has done exceedingly well, and they do well because of their many continuing programs. No doubt about that.
Right. Put forth very, very forcefully, I must say. Ramesh, I want to ask you this, that, looking at all this, what Mr. Jamdar said, also Professor Puranik has said very clearly that, yes, of course, it's true. BL Santhosh, the rift between BL Santhosh and Yadurappa, and what you said about Delhi dominating Karnataka to a great extent. This seems to be a Herculean task in front of the Karnataka BJP then, Ramesh. I mean, they have to do a lot of legwork. All that they have earned over the years seems to have been lost. Of course, political parties bounce back. I am not playing that, like someone that, oh, prophet of doom. No. But don't you think that this really does not bode well for the BJP?
Absolutely. See, you are talking about Karnataka BJP. I don't see a Karnataka BJP today. Rather, it is a BJP unit that is being Delhi's BJP unit, which is present in Karnataka. So what I am trying to say is they are two different things, because there need to be autonomy. And of course, see, one side, of course, the leaders, the old leaders have to retire. But are we giving them a graceful exit? That is important. And second thing is, even Yadurappa ji, if they wanted to pacify, probably they could have accommodated him like many Gujarat leaders Modi ji wanted in his cabinet. Maybe something like that, the position could have been given. I'm hearing that for Congress also, the day probably, if at all, Congress is, everybody have a right to dream. So if Congress thinks that if they come back to power, then probably they could move Siddaramaiah ji to center, and then, DK Shivakumar can be elevated. So that's kind of a thought process is there. Right? So like this, there is a workaround is there. But here, what we see, BJP from being democratic party, it has moved far away from that kind of a process, and there is no proper committees. And here nothing is by election anymore. Right. It's everything by election. So BJP's so-called democracy is in shambles. And today everything is dictated by the two persons, and they think that they know everything. Right. So that is exactly the issue, and that is why, in fact, they didn't talk about any of their achievements in the state or any leaders Rather, they were, you can see in this visuals also, it was only about, Mr. Modi and his achievements or whatever it is, glorifying, it's like, one leader for the entire nation kind of a thing. And that has backfired.
That has
But
backfired.
before, at the last minute, what they did, Amit Shah had to visit Yediyurappaji's home.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So
you may call whatever it is, including you call them the spent force, whatever it is. But definitely people also see, as I said, right?
Right. So, but let's get back to but let's get back to let's focus back on this. Sudha, I want to ask you, why is it that your party does not have a leader of opposition, Sudha? It's been 107 days. What's the problem?
Yeah. See, the problem is nothing. Mr. Bommaiji has very well said that, all the 65 MLAs are like the leader of the opposition. Unitedly, they are fighting against the Congress government for all the price hike for the electricity, for the load shedding, take the farmers. Every day, farmers are committing suicides. More than 100 farmers have committed suicide in 3 months, and more than 40 murders have taken place. So that is a lot of law and order issues in our state. There's a lot of price hike and a lot of other bureaucrats, the joint directors of the agriculture department, they have given a letter to the governor to take action against corruption. Otherwise, we'll commit suicide with the whole family. This is a very serious threat.
Yeah, it's very serious. And I also want to ask you,
action is not taken.
Yeah.
And Sudha, just a moment, please. Yesterday they have given, one of the Congress leaders has given a very vague comment that the farmers are committing suicide.
I know,
because they're getting a compensation.
Mr. Shetty, I know that. We know that. But then, we are not talking about. I just want to bring you back to this. You said that Bommaiji said that 65, everyone is. I wonder if he would say everyone can be chief minister. This is not a school game. But anyway, I respect what you've said, that everyone can be leader of opposition. The other question which I want to ask you is that, what is your reaction when it's on tape, when Mr. B.L. Santhosh has said very clearly that we do not need Lingayats votes. We need, they can go elsewhere.
Absolutely.
But we need to, are you denying that there is any tape like that, Sudha?
Yeah, exactly. It is not a genuine tape. I'll tell you, Congress has always been trying to imbibe this divide and rule policy. Even in Lingayats, they have done it, taking Lingayats out of the Hindu religion. And earlier also, last election, Sidramaya had done the same thing. So the same divide and rule tactics they are trying to play over here. And because it is being repeatedly said again and forecasted, if ek jhoot ko 1000 baar bol diye to sach ban jata hai. This is how it is projected. Why will he do that? Because Lingayat leaders have given the best to the BJP, and vice versa, the BJP also has given the Lingayat leaders the best of the opportunities. So the question doesn't arise here for him to do this divide and rule policy. Why will we do in our own party here? Being an organizing secretary, he would never do that. So this is all which is created by the Congress. I'm telling there are a lot of issues, Sudha, today which has to be looked into Karnataka.
But sorry, but this is not the reason why everyone is spending around 1 hour on this show. If there was, no smoke at all. Also joining us to speak on this is Shri Basavajaya Mrityunjaya Swamiji, Lingayat Panchamashali Jagadguru Peetha. Swamiji, namaskara. You're joining us on the phone line. Namaskara to you. Swamiji, what is going on in the BJP today in Karnataka, where there seems to be two camps? One is the B.L. Santhosh camp, and the other seems to be very clearly a camp which is Mr. Yediyurappa's camp. Now, it is for the recent meetings also, they did not, Mr. Yediyurappa was not invited apparently, or rather he did not show up. Mr. Basavaraj Bommai was also missing. He did not, apparently had a medical procedure to undergo. Swamiji, my question is this. Is Mr. B.L. Santhosh trying to sideline Mr. Yediyurappa, and also in the process cutting the Lingayat community to size?
Before Karnataka election, many media and so many social media, they spread the fake news. The B.L. Santhosh already against the Lingayats politicians. After we start that, we inquire that that's a fake news. Because in our Karnataka election, BJP High Command did not announce the next Chief Minister, Lingayat Chief Minister.
Okay.
In this way, so many Lingayats are upsetted. Because when the B.L. Santhosh fake news is viral, that time so many Lingayats are upsetted. That time, in our senior leader, Baswan Party, Yatnal already sent the message to Dharmendra Pradhan. You immediately announced after the election, we 100% nominated the Lingayat Chief Minister. You announced to future election. But the BJP command, they did not seriously thought that message. In this way, that time 2023 election, one of the reason, next Chief Minister Lingayat, it is not 100% propaganda the messages, did not messages. In this way, Lingayats are upsetted. And in our Lingayat Panchanchali reservation, big rally.
Yeah, Swamiji, I'm sorry I'm stopping you here, but do you think there is a rift, there is a difference of opinion, between Mr. B.L. Santhosh and Mr. Yediyurappa? They are saying B.L. Santhosh does not want Mr. Yediyurappa in the limelight. Mr. B.L. Santhosh wants to dominate, and also that he wants the Lingayats, but he wants other communities also, Swamiji, not only Lingayats.
Because once upon a time, so many Lingayats so many communities they respected the leadership of B.S. Yediyurappa. After the B.S. Yediyurappa resigned the Chief Minister, in that time the Lingayats they wanted the new Lingayat leader in BJP leadership. But BJP High Command, opposition party leader and BJP state leader, those seats did not get the decision. In this way, Lingayats are very upset. B.L. Santhosh and Yediyurappa difference between so many years. But still today, Lingayats are wanted. Immediately announced who is the party president, who is the opposition party leader. Immediately, if the BJP High Command, they did not announce the opposition party leader or BJP state. 2 in 1. Either president or Lingayat or opposition party Lingayat. Immediately they did not announce. So many Lingayats are upset at the party.
Yeah, but recently it was also seen that, Swamiji, that this whole Sanatan Dharma, that what Udayanidhi Stalin said, no one from the BJP really reacted to it. They feel that, if it had been the Lingayats and particularly the Mathadish, the head of the Mats earlier would have spoken up, and that clearly shows that, Yediyurappa ji, the Lingayats hold over the BJP is reducing. This is a political observation, not necessarily that I agree with it. Swamiji, go ahead.
Yes, because Sanatana Dharma, throughout India, so many comments from all different religions. But Karnataka Lingayats religious sects are gathered no commented on that issue. We are also engaged the agitation. In this way, we did not get the messages from the what is the difference Sanatana and Stalin speeches. In this way, we are very busy. But Lingayat Natapita are they did not give any comment. We are also wanted the immediately give what is your opinion of Sanatana debate.
Thank you so much, Swamiji, for joining us, and I want to thank all my guests. But it's very clear that there is a rift between B.L. Santhosh and Yediyurappa, which has now come out in the open, and also the Lingayats are feeling rather sidelined, and some say insulted because they are being kept out. But who knows, it could be B.L. Santosh's new way, creating a new paradigm in Karnataka. Let me thank all my guests. My thanks are due to all the guests who joined us on the Karnataka debate today. Professor Chambi Puranik Sudha, thank you very much. Thanks are also due to Ramesh Sethuraman and Mr. Jamdar. Thank you indeed. Let's now go to the second debate, and it's really not a debate. This is something which we've been following, and this is a story which is coming from Tamil Nadu. The phenomenon that he is in Indian cinema is now a well-established fact. Look at that. I mean, who can deny it? That actors come and go and create benchmarks, but Rajinikanth is a concept that defies every logic or any kind of a number game. Of course, his recent film Jailer is now steadily moving into the 650 crores ambit, and let me say this, it shall break even that paradigm very, very soon. But what about the superstar's entry into politics? You know, there have been so many times one has been so excited. I actually ran into the studio once to say, oh, he's coming into politics, and then he said that I'm not interested right now, I want to focus on my health. It's happened too many times. Actually, you know what? It all began in 2017 when he announced his entry into politics. It was, I think, on the 31st of December. But then on 12th July 2021, he dissolved the party. When he had dissolved the party, he had said that he had no intention of ever returning to politics. Since then, like I said, there have been many, many indications, even a little sign, and everyone runs. And even during the pandemic and after the pandemic, you know, there was news that Rajinikanth is inching towards joining politics. So, it's in that vein that there is now talk that Rajinikanth could take up the mantle of governorship. After his spiritual retreat to the Himalayas, the actor met with Jharkhand Governor C.P. Radhakrishnan. He of course met with Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and even touched his feet and sought his blessings. But then he often meets with people who may be famous, and many say this is just another speculation that the actor may soon be appointed governor of a particular state. They are saying it could be in the south of India, but it is all speculation right now. But why not? I mean, if he comes into public life, it will make a lot of people happy, and please, not because he's such a great actor or a popular actor, but he looks like a man who delivers on what he promises. It is also being said that the speculation of him taking the governor first came up when his brother Satyanarayana Rao Gaikwad apparently said, and I am quoting him, he may not enter direct politics, but he will definitely become governor of state. That's his brother Satyanarayana Rao Gaikwad who said it. But then, like I said, it's being speculated. He met a lot of political leaders, but that means nothing. Also, Rajinikanth is deeply spiritual and has been a devotee of Raghavendra Swami for many, many years. He is also known to take regular trips to Rishikesh and stay at one of the ashrams like any ordinary man. That in no way makes him to be someone who can be seen close to the BJP before everyone jumps up. Oh, he's spiritual. Oh, he touched the feet of a particular chief minister. Rajinikanth is like that. Now, if you ask me, the superstar has many stories inside him and many roles that remain to be played. He still listens to interesting stories. He calls young directors and say, let's talk about the concept. So, politics in any form can actually wait for the superstar. That's really my take.
ஒரு சன்னியாசி ஆகட்டும் இல்லை ஒரு யோகி ஆகட்டும், அவங்க வயசில் நம்மளோட சின்னவராக இருந்தால் கூட அவர் காலையில் விழுறது என்னுடைய பழக்கம். நான் அதான் செஞ்சிருக்கேன்.
And coming up next, the COVID pandemic took a heavy toll on small businesses, but they displayed tremendous resilience to overcome the crisis. This News9 Plus special series showcases how they navigated through the crisis. This is a special show. Don't miss it. Just watch it. It's called Small is Big on the other side. And the South Indian says, Vanakkam, Namaskaram.
COVID presented its own challenges to everyone. It was one of the toughest times that most of the enterprises face.
All the SMEs, the manufacturing units, etc., were taken by surprise.
COVID-19 is going to be history now, but the SMEs, like the rest of the world, really discovered the power of technology to accelerate business. And that's here to stay.
The opportunity ahead for them is actually very strong. They will drive India's
COVID-19, it's luckily behind us. I mean, we just recorded one of the probably lowest numbers of infections. But having said that, it's been a mixed bag. Of course, the world was in despair. India was at despair. Businesses, really lost money.
Quite frankly, revenues were badly hit and they have still not fully recovered. But we put measures in place. We have not laid off one single employee from our company anywhere in the world. In fact, we had to pay employees to sit at home for a while, which we did. The topmost management, including me, we actually took a hit personally, which was the right thing to do.
So some say desperate times call for desperate measures, and that's exactly what happened. Enterprises at large and SMEs also in India, they were really forced to adopt technology. They were forced to come out with winning solutions, come out of their shell really. And boy, did they.
COVID kind of forced us. Look at how we used to make payment.
Our restaurants were shut, but where did we find an opportunity is through home delivery. That also helped us give our employees who were sitting at home employment.
Pre-COVID, we were just a discovery platform where buyer and seller would come, find each other, find their telephone number or email ID or some kind of a communication, and then take it off the platform. Amount of those buyers and suppliers increased considerably during the COVID, and we focused a lot on category-based relevancy, behavior-based relevancy, to be able to make the right kind of with the buyer with the right kind of suppliers. That increased to a minimum threshold where the network effect started to happen better, which improved our relevancy and return on investment either by buyer on the effort side or on the seller on the actual money side.
So we've got